Yay! We are taking a look at my master set of Gym Heroes and Gym Challenge. With the upcoming release of the trainer-focused Journey Together and the very highly anticipated Destined Rivals, it is the absolute perfect time to go back in time and have a look at this amazing WotC set. This set paved the way for trainer Pokemon cards. 25 years before Scarlet and Violet era, it released in 2000 following Base, Jungle, Fossil, and Team Rocket. Gym Heroes and Gym Challenge were the 5th and 6th installments in the Pokemon franchise. They were the first ones to include trainers-owned Pokemon. It brought in leaders such as Brock, Misty, and even Giovanni. Despite their significance, these are some very, very underrated and overlooked sets of the WotC era. From rare holographic cards to the debut of trainer-owned Pokemon like Sabrina's Alakazam, Rock's Ninetales, and St Lurge's Raichu, we're about to explore the rarest, most powerful cards that this set has to offer. Let's waste no more time, let's get into it! Here she is in all her glory. The glory of Team Rocket, some might say. Although this isn't a Team Rocket set, this is a Gym Leader set. I love the idea of tying it into Journey Together. We are going to be doing Gym Heroes first, and then halfway through, it actually changes to Gym Challenge. It's a beautiful freaking set. It actually is very difficult to master. As we get through, you'll find that there's actually one card that I still need for this set, and one card is coming. You find this one is a master set. However, the next set does need one card. So hopefully with banding the community together, you guys will be able to help me actually find the card that I need. I want to buy it, but I really want to actually finish everything. So let's have a look at some of these amazing cards as well as go over some really cool facts about them. One of my favorite right off the bat is the Blaine's Moltres. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous card. The holographic pattern in the back of it is absolutely second to none. It has several different types of holographic as Moltres is flying basically into the cliffside. It's just absolutely stunning. Let's have a look at some of these holographics. We wanted originally to send some of these off to grading, but actually mastering this set felt like it was way better of an idea. So just a little bit more of a close-up, Brock's Rhydon. It goes back into that WotC where I was talking about back when I did the master set just for the original base set, where there's not a lot going on in the background, but the background still absolutely pops. Now, I won't obviously get every single card out, but I think it's definitely important to share. Oh my goodness, how beautiful these actually are. Oh my gosh. And they're quite minty too. So we've been trying to get ones that were as good as we possibly can get. But sometimes you have to get what you can get until you can upgrade it to a better version. Erica's Dragonair. Now that is a card. The background is plain, it's simple. You can pretty much use your imagination for where you think Dragonair actually is in this scenario, but that holographic is amazing. It's definitely a set that starts off strong with the holographics. We've got Erica's Varplume here. Let's try and get some focus on this beautiful card. Now, this has got almost a watercolor background to it, but the quality, it's just like, okay, there's a little bit of whiting on it. This isn't a grading video, but to complete this set is definitely some sort of feat. We've got Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz. Take him out a little bit, have a look at that beautiful holo foil pattern in the back. Minty as looking card as well, tiny little bit of whiting. But again, getting these at the moment is absolutely ridiculous. A lot of WotC stuff, and it's a really, really crazy thought to think that cards like this entire set is still cheaper than a modern set. So Surging Sparks retails for, I guess it's probably because it is a larger set. So nice. So that's probably why it's also more, but it's just wild to me to think that vintage has just been put on the back burner like this. But Magneton, I remember getting this card. Obviously, a lot of these did have to be purchased quite recently in order to master this set, but some just kick-started that whole memory there. There is a pre-release Seadra. And that is Misty's, obviously. Look at that. There is a mad swirl in this card. Unsure if you can see it, but it is in the bottom right corner. I'm trying to catch it just right. There it is. Stunning, beautiful, inspired. That is our first page. Now we can get rid of the me and we can really get into the cards. Okie dokie. So it's, like I said, very, 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 very hard up on the holos, but it is 100% worth it. Now, I said I wasn't going to show every single one of these cards, but it's pretty hard not to. We've got Misty's Tentacruel there, going into a Rocket's Hitmonchan. And it is very, very similar to the way that they have done Journey Together, where the trainer is down the bottom. With these ones, the trainer is down the bottom in the corner because it's a WotC set, obviously with Journey Together. They are doing it in the corner of the art of the card. Rocket's Moltres is a stunning card. Little chicken there. And then we move ever closer to the one of the most expensive cards, but the most expensive card that I'm aware of in this entire set. It's not Scyther, but the Scyther is just very, very cool. It's the set where the background doesn't mean the most, but if you want a card that will knock off your socks, you've got Sabrina's Gengar. Oh, and the swirly whirlies too. This is just sex on cardboard right here, guys. It is minty, minty, minty. Like, it has been pulled. Like, this could be, I was about to say this could be a contender for a PSA 10 as the most expensive card in Gym Heroes. It is easily one of the most beautiful. Then we've got our holographic trainers. So all four of our beautiful trainers, Brock, Erica, Lieutenant Surge, and Misty, are all holographic. Because why not? This is the main focus, is them. So there's beautiful little Misty. Got Lieutenant Surge. LT Surge. There's a swirl in that as well. We've got one of the most coveted trainers that there are, Erica, and we all know why everyone loves Erica so much. Then we go into Team Rockets, the Rockets Trap. Now this one here, unfortunately, has copped a case of the creases. If we have a look just underneath Jessie's arm, you can see that this card is, you might see it, there it is, just on the corner of the light there. There is a crease on the card. It actually runs the entire way through the card from top to bottom. However, it has a beautiful swirl that basically looks like it's being pointed to. It's really, really hard to hate this card. The last one that is holographic in the set, and then we go into just your pretty much uncommons and then commons. So, of course, they deserve some love. You've probably had an opportunity to look at them. We have Erica's Clefairy, which is now Lily's Clefairy, if anyone's noticed. And then we've got Raichu, which of course is Lieutenant Surge's. We go into one of my favorites, which is Rocket Snorlax. He has just gluttoned himself absolutely silly. Love that. We've got Blaine's Growlithe looking cranky, like an angry little fire doggy there. It's just a beautiful set. It's everything about it is nice to look at. We've got Brock's Licky Tongue. If anyone's going to have a Licky Tongue, it's definitely going to be Brock. You know what I'm saying? Misty's Psyduck, one of the cutest cards. Sabrina's Haunter. We're going into kind of the more commons area now. We have started commons when we go into Blaine's Charmander. The artwork is still something that we appreciate so much. Blaine's Vulpix I grabbed when we went into Japan. When we went to Japan, I grabbed the Japanese version of this. I could not pass it up. Vulpix literally has a Pokeball upside down in his mouth. Very, very cute. But you don't want to confuse him with Brock's Vulpix, because Brock also has a Vulpix in this set. Don't confuse them. And funny enough, I just realized that this is a first edition card hiding in our base set. Look at that. That's okay. No complaints here. No complaints here. Didn't even realize that had happened. Lieutenant Surge's Pikachu is adorable. Also a first edition, so there are a couple of sneaky first editions in here. Did not know that. It's what happens when you just buy everything because you're not 100% sure. I also have this, of course, I have Bestie in my binder. So I have this card in my Slowpoke binder. This particular art is reused several times during the whole Pokemon franchise, especially in the WotC era. But they are just adorable cards. Then you go into your last part, which is all of your trainer cards, so the non-holographic trainer cards. Recall is one of my favorite cards. I've got this in English and Japanese in my Slowpoke binder as well because, well, you know, it's pretty obvious there, isn't it? Any other sneaky first editions hiding in here? There are not. And then we are at the very, very last page of this set, which does bring us to the pre-release Misty Seadra. So we thought we'd put that one just at the back. Have a peep at that. Great condition card. Really, really pretty. It has the pre-release stamp on it. Fun fact about these cards is that this is what pre-release cards used to look like when pre-release events used to exist. So back when they were doing their allocations for pre-release, these were the cards that you got if you did do a, gonna say pre-release again, if you did do a pre-release in the TCG games. So very, very cool. Nowadays you do just get a build and battle box with them. Gym Heroes is fun, but have you ever tried to master Gym Challenge? Here's Gym Challenge. Now, I love this set. I'm not going to lie to you. I love this set more than Gym Heroes. However, obviously, they are in order, so that's how we've done them. Let's have a look at these cards. I tell you what, I had this card in Japanese, and it was the absolute light of my life. I love it. I love it in English as well, but I remember when I got it when I was a child and it was in Japanese, and I just thought like it was the absolute best thing I've ever owned in my entire life. Blaine's Arcanine. Such a stunning card. These are all in like a firmer sleeve, just, you know. But here is a card. Oh, I love this card so much. So there used to be a mysterious no rarity symbol Charizard. This one here does have a rarity, so it doesn't fall under that category of that incredibly amazing rare card. Very fun fact about Blaine's Charizard this is one of the error cards. So this, which you probably can't see because it's not zoomed in enough, is a fighting energy, and it is meant to be a fire energy. So you're meant to be discarding all fire energy cards attached to Blaine's Charizard. However, it does have a little fighting energy on there instead of fire, which makes this quite a rare misprint. PSA also does acknowledge this misprint when it does do its certification. In the Japanese Gym Set 2, which became Gym Challenge in English, some of the copies of Blaine's Charizard were printed without a rarity symbol, making it an extremely rare collector's item. If I could get my hands on that, I would. However, here we are. I'm not going to complain about the one I've got. You're always on the hunt for something new. Brock's Ninetales has one of my favorite backgrounds. It's subtle, it's calm, it's got purple and blue hues. Oh my goodness, it's lovely. Can you tell I'm just frothing this set? I am. I'm just dying over this set. This one, I'm not trying to sound biased in any way because, you know, I've got them both, but this is my favorite one. It's just a little bit harder to actually master. Erica's Venusaur. Now, this is one of those ones where if you try to open one of these packs, this is what everyone wants to get. Whilst this version could be pulled from a pack, the Japanese version, which was released several years earlier, could actually be pulled from a magazine, which made it very, very, very difficult to grade it a 10. There are 193 PSA 10 certified copies because as it does pop out of a card insert from a magazine, makes it notoriously difficult to actually accurately grade. So, well, not accurately grade, but grade in a 10. So grade the way you'd want it to grade, essentially. Misty's Golduck. Now, well, there's a little bit of a warping on Misty's Golduck, which is ironic because it is a water type. So Misty's Golduck has a stunning background. You don't really know what Golduck's actually doing here, but you just go with it. You just go with it. I mean, it's amazing. It's a nice card. Misty has some of the best Pokemon that are out. Giovanni's Machamp, though, is a bit of a boss. Now, that is a card. It's one of the most unique Machamp arts that there are. However, it is definitely one of the coolest. Love this card to bits. Good condition too. Good condition. Yellow borders make me so happy. I don't know about you guys, but they really, really do. Giovanni's Nidoking. Now, there's a little bit of scratching on this bad boy, which I will show you. However, it does have a very small amount of holographic in comparison to a lot of other cards. So apparently there is a well-known printing error on some of these Giovanni's Nidokings. The weakness is printed as lightning instead of psychic. However, I've got the psychic one. So despite it being a poison type, that obviously wouldn't have worked out very well for him, but I do have the normal version. Be very cool to have the one with the electric weakness though. Giovanni's Persian. Now this is the one where in Team Rocket, you can actually look to the side and Giovanni's face is in the card. This is printed very, very similarly to that. So Giovanni's Persian is actually the only card in this set to have a Pokemon power. As you can see, if you can, it does have the power Call the Boss, and it allows players to retrieve a Giovanni card from the deck. The more you know. Get back in there, Persian. Koga's Beedrill, the first Pokemon that we have seen so far for Koga in this set. They've done this amazing thing where for some reason they're putting a lot of the Pokemon to one side, giving an opportunity for a very nice swirl. You can probably see it there. But this card is quite immaculate, actually. A couple of small little surface scratches on the holographic, but you're not going to see me complaining. Okay, here's where things start to get a little bit hairy. Giovanni's Gyarados is missing from this set. I'm trying to find it still. If anybody has any leads on where I can find it, that would be absolutely amazing. Koga's Ditto. Koga, are you getting screwed over here with the Ditto and the Beedrill? I'm not going to lie to you. I actually haven't looked at this set in quite some time. I really, really, really wanted to gear up for not for Battle Partners, for Journey Together. At the time of filming this, there was another release of pre-orders for Journey Together, and I am very excited about that. Lieutenant Surge's Raichu. Now, definitely a step up from the Pikachu, in my honest opinion, and he has a move called Kurzap. So, very neat. Very, very neat. Not much space for swirls, but I think one managed to sneak its way in there. Misty's Gyarados. Now, Misty, you have definitely stepped it up a notch with the aggression of your Pokemon. Onto the second most expensive card of this set, and we have Rocket's Mewtwo. Standing there, creating his energy ball with his shadow. Very, very storage card with a move called Juxtapose. Do enjoy this card a lot. Rocket's Zapdos is also another one that people do associate with this set when they think about it. There is some dark clouds and there is also quite a lot of rain. Hopefully that gets captured there, but it is very, very cool as he is definitely using Electro Burn at the moment. Sabrina's Alakazam. Like I said before, they are definitely favoring putting the Pokemon in the right side of the card. Gives a really good opportunity for swirls. I don't know if you can see that, but there is a very, very nice swirl in this card. When the light hits it just right, that baby is good to go. Then we've got our holographic Blaine, Giovanni, Koga, and we are missing Sabrina. She is on her way though. The holographic Sabrina is on her way. Here you go, Koga. You can have a little bit of limelight. You are a very cool card, but you are a trainer. Blaine's Ninetales. This is where we start to get into the non-holographics, but they are still rare. So, I'm sorry, buddy. Now we'll have a little look at some of the rare non-holographics and the uncommon non-holographics. So Sabrina's Gengar. Sabrina's Gengar is a beautiful card. The art is amazing. It is a Ken Sugimori card. And look at the face on that Gengar. He is up to no good. Likewise with our cheeky friend Blaine's Charmeleon, who doesn't know yet that he is about to become Blaine's Charizard at some stage. And it looks like he's about to use Fire Claws. Erica's Clefairy is a beautiful card, which again is soon to become Lily's Clefairy in the upcoming Journey Together. I've already pulled 2 of them from pre-release. If you can give me something else, that'd be fantastic. Giovanni's Meowth. He is cheeky. What's he doing? Is he stashing? What is that cat doing at the moment? False Charity. Look at the top card in your opponent's deck. If it's a trainer card, put it in your opponent's discard pile. Alright. Alright. Cheeky little Giovanni's Meowth there. You just have to take the time to appreciate the art from these, or drop them. That works as well. Erica's Bulbasaur, when you put these together, they are all just beautiful cards. The Bulbasaur, the Ivysaur, and the Venusaur. Of course, the Venusaur being the second most expensive card in this set. Then you've got Lieutenant Surge has Eradicate. It's quite difficult to be excited about that, but Blaine has this gorgeous Growlithe. I love the art on this card so much. It is so similar to the Arcanine art, just without the holographic behind it. And Sabrina's Kadabra is also cool. It is very, very, very similar to the Alakazam, again, without the holographic pattern behind it. Sabrina's Haunter is probably one of my favorite cards from older sets. The artwork on it is just very cool. It's very simple, but if you look behind him, you can actually see all the shadows of him or other haunters, basically, just following him. Plus, he puts you to sleep and does damage at the same time. Sabrina also has a Jinx. Probably don't need to say too much more about that, but it's a cool card. Here's Giovanni's Magikarp, but he's sad because he doesn't have his Gyarados. Help me find his Gyarados. And Giovanni's less sneaky Meowth. Little cute little chubby Meowth. We love him. He doesn't look nearly as evil as the other one, except he gives you fleas. Cat fleas. And they make you confused. Some of the artwork on these cards are just beautiful. As you can see here, Koga's Tangela is quite literally braiding Jinx's hair in this card. Seems as though all those little extra tentacles have come very much in handy. As you can tell, I'm definitely pulling out my cards that I found my favorite in this entire set. ESP is what Psyduck uses here. This would have made an absolutely amazing holographic card. I definitely think this would have looked cool as a holo. But Sabrina also has a Psyduck, so let me know which one you think is actually the coolest. I think the background on Sabrina's Psyduck might be a little bit more trippy, but I think Misty's Psyduck would make a better holo. Let me know what you guys think. Now we are into the trainers, baby. I love these cards. Erica's Kindness. Giovanni's Last Resort. Lieutenant Surge's Secret Plan. Now, if that ain't a novella right there in a card, that I don't know what else there is. It's not so much of a secret now that it's been written on a card, but it is still very cool. Here's a fact that you guys may already have known, but in Japanese, this was a swastika, or at least it looked like a swastika. It was. However, it has been amended for English along with several other cards from this set, making it slightly less offensive. Or outrageous. Whatever way you want to call it. Speaking of a card that has that type of theme, Misty's Tears originally had Misty hugging a Starmie, or a Staryu, sorry, that made it look like she was wearing no clothes at the time, the Japanese version. They have since fixed that one. It's very similar to the style of when Muck is looking up a dress, but it is still a very pretty card nonetheless. What would my favorite card be from this set? I would have to say it's Sabrina's Gengar for sure. There's just something about the evil in his face, the vast, vast background behind him. He's also got a couple of pretty good moves. Can't argue with a card like Gengar. This card is quite minty as well, so I'm very, very proud that it's been kept in this condition for this whole time. Overall, it is an amazing addition to any binder and any set. Thank you so much for coming on that little bit of a walk down memory lane with me. Please let me know in the comments which you prefer, Gym Heroes or Gym Challenge. Personally, I'm a Gym Challenge girl, but I'd love to know what you think. Thank you again. Bye.